Welcome to API Keychain, where we cook up secure APIs. I'm Confident Stanley, the chef de cuisine in this unique kitchen. In today's episode, we're diving deep into the intriguing realm of broken object property authorization. Get ready to sharpen your testing skills and uncover vulnerabilities hiding in plain sight. Today, we have an intriguing episode for you. But before we begin, let's use a moment to thank our sponsors for this episode, No Name Security. Their complete API security platform can proactively secure your environment from API security vulnerabilities, misconfigurations, and design flaws. We appreciate their support in making this episode possible. Now imagine you're on a mission to assess the security of an API that manages user profiles. This API allows users to update their information securely. But what if, just what if, we could exploit the system by tampering with object properties that we shouldn't have access to? That's where broken object property authorization comes into play. To test for broken object property authorization, we need to understand how it works. Let's take a closer look at an example API endpoint for updating user profile. This API is like a well-equipped keychain where each object property represents a different ingredient that's required or essential for cooking up a secure user profile. Now let's see what's in our mystery box for this week. Are you ready? Woo! Now inside our mystery box, we have a special kitchen utensil. I like to call it the authorization spoon. So just like how a spoon helps us mix and serve the right ingredients, the authorization spoon represents the proper validation and control over the object properties. Now, what happens if we introduce an unexpected ingredient into our recipe? Let's say we add admin ingredient to our mix. If our API lacks the proper validation, it's like not checking if the ingredient belongs in the recipe. The vulnerability allows unauthorized users to sneak in, gain admin privileges they shouldn't have. Now, let's put this theory into action. By sending these modified requests, we'll see if the API falls victim to broken object property authorization. Look at that. If the API doesn't validate the unexpected ingredient, the authorization spoon fails to ensure the integrity of the recipe, and we've just gained admin access without proper authorization. But broken object property authorization doesn't stop there. It can manifest in various other scenarios, just like introducing unexpected ingredients into a dish. Now, testing for broken object property authorization allows us to identify these vulnerabilities and ensure the API's security is robust. It's like wielding the authorization spoon to carefully validate the ingredients and protect against unauthorized access. So how can we prevent broken object property authorization? In the API keychain, when serving up objects through API endpoint, it's vital to ensure that users have appropriate access to the object properties. We need to be mindful of the ingredients we expose and avoid using generic methods like this and this. Instead, let's become selective chefs and handpick the specific object properties we want to serve. This approach prevents any unwanted surprise on the plate. Now, in our API kitchen, we strive for precision, only allowing modifications to the properties that are meant to be updated by the client. This ensures the integrity of our dishes. For an extra layer of security, let's also remember to implement a schema-based response validation mechanism. Now, by defining and filtering the data returned by all API methods, we can ensure that only the approved ingredients make their way to the user's plate. Remember, in the API kitchen, we believe in serving just what's necessary. Let's keep our data structures lean and mean, aligning them with the business and functional requirements of each endpoint. Here's how our sponsor, No Name Security, can help your API ecosystem become more secure.
It should be no surprise that API traffic has exploded over the past few years and now constitutes over 80% of the current internet traffic. APIs are now mission critical, ubiquitous, and represent a massively expanded attack surface. For this reason, No Name Security has made it our mission to help organizations across the globe secure their API estate. No Name offers the complete package when it comes to API security. To get started and learn more about each product, visit nonamesecurity.com.
Now that wraps up today's captivating episode on testing for broken object property authorization. Remember, in the API Keychain, we aim to hook up APIs that can withstand the heat of security threat. Join us next time as we explore another exciting API security risk and unveil a new mystery box item. Remember to subscribe to CCNet TV and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on new episodes of API Keychain showing each Thursday. Until then, keep your kitchen clean, your code cleaner, and your APIs secure.